guys, welcome back to my channel. So I hope you guys are having a freaking wonderful week because fall just started, and personally I love fall, mainly because Thanksgiving is coming and I love the food from Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys are enjoying your week and obviously your day. But anyway, so this video is gonna be about a little bit more about postpartum. I mean, if you don't want to talk about postpartum, or if you're bored about talking about it, then go ahead and move along, because honestly this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, so might as well have a quick conversation about it. I know I posted a video about 3 weeks ago when I was 3 weeks postpartum, and I was just giving you guys an idea of how I was taking care of myself. Well, this video is a little bit more detailed about it, just because two people actually that I know are pregnant right now, and they were asking me about it. So I was like, you know what, I'll just do a video about it with a little bit more detail, just so they can watch it and maybe other people may need it, who knows, you know. So yeah, so let's just jump right in. And then, like I said, if you're a guy and you don't want to talk about it, or if you feel uncomfortable talking about the subject, then baby, you can go watch people fighting and getting arrested because that's exactly, well, I'm gonna talk about postpartum. So if you don't want to listen to it, then go ahead and move along. Anyway, so let's just get started from the very first moment my baby came out. I thought, okay, I know I have to deliver my placenta. I had watched some videos before, because I was, honestly, when I was pregnant, I was watching people deliver babies, and now that my baby, is born and stuff, I'm like watching newborns essentials, one night with the newborn and stuff like that. So it's a completely different world. But anyways, so I had to deliver my placenta, and then literally I forgot about everything because I was so focused on my baby. And then they take my baby away to, like measure him and take his weight and stuff like that. And then a nurse comes in, and then she starts pressing on my stomach. And, excuse me, ma'am, like I can push for myself. But no, they come and press on your belly. So, just to see, I guess, your bleeding flow and stuff like that. And then they don't just do it once, they do it throughout the day. And it's obviously for safety. So yeah, once the epidural wore off, it started getting a little bit painful every time they pressed on my belly. Because also, even after you deliver your baby, literally you're still cramping, like you're still having contractions, which is really crazy, but that's how your body is trying to clean itself. So it's not over after you push a freaking 6-pound, 7-pound baby, so just keep that in mind, that you are gonna keep having contractions even after your baby is delivered. So they did that for the first, well, the days that you stay at the hospital. A nurse comes in a few hours throughout the day to push on your belly. I think my baby's dreaming or something. Anyways, so yeah, so that's one thing they do. I had to write it down because honestly, once I start recording, I forget everything that I'm gonna say. So I usually just go with the flow, but there were some questions that I didn't answer before, so I was like, ooh, I better write them down. So yeah, so they do come press on your stomach, and it is pretty uncomfortable, especially if you don't have the epidural. I feel like it'll be a lot more painful. So good luck with that, honestly. Like, I had the epidural, so I kind of didn't feel the first couple ones, but then once the epidural wore off, then obviously I started feeling it, and then it was pretty uncomfortable when they were pressing on your belly. Like I said before, I had to get up a couple hours after I delivered my baby because I had the epidural. I couldn't get up. They were assisting me every time I got up. And then once I was able to get up and go to the restroom, it was a lot of bleeding. Like, I kind of got scared. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. But it's perfectly normal. The nurse was very helpful, and she made me feel, she explained to me that was gonna go on for a couple more hours and stuff. And then obviously she taught me how to clean myself and stuff, so you can watch the other video to see or kind of hear the instructions of what they had given me at the time. But yeah, so the first trip to the restroom it's very weird for many freaking reasons. One, because literally walking feels like you have a knife inside of you. It's so uncomfortable. Like you kind of want to walk with your legs open, because any movement or any anything that touches down there, it's kind of very uncomfortable and kind of painful. So yeah, so I was like totally walking like a penguin. Thank God my restroom was right there, so you know, I really didn't have to get up unless I really had to go. So yeah, so expect a lot of discomfort when you're walking around. I mean, they told me to walk around too, just so my body gets, you know, I guess the blood flowing and stuff like that, and just so I can find other stuff to do. So I actually did walk around the hospital. So yeah, so it is uncomfortable walking or standing, even sitting, because one, you know, you're kind of like ripped apart, like literally. So you feel like down there it's like burning and discomfort, and then on top of that you're having contractions even after you just had your baby. So expect that for the first couple of days. Well, at least that was my experience. So that was one thing. So it was, you know, like comfortness when walking, the heavy bleeding, and then let me tell you guys, a trip to the restroom, it's gonna take you forever. Not just because, you know, you're peeing and you're bleeding or whatever, but the cleanup part, oh my goodness, it takes so freaking long. Like you take about 3 to 5 minutes just cleaning yourself, because it's just a process. And I think I was very happy to actually take care of myself for as long as possible, because I wanted to feel comfortable and I wanted to feel relief or whatever, you know, since I knew that I had just gone through a lot. Another thing is your first shower, it's heaven, literally, because you feel so sweaty, you feel so tired, that you're just the water running or just a hot shower, it feels amazing. You're gonna feel like a new woman. Like, I think that was my shower, just kind of washed away like my tiredness and my I don't know, like all the dirtiness it had from actual labor, that now I could be a clean mom, I guess, you know. So the first shower was freaking amazing. So I totally recommend showering like the first day after you deliver, because I actually showered the day after. Since I had so many people coming in the first day, I didn't have time to shower that same day, so I showered after. But I totally recommend for you to take time for yourself and actually shower yourself before you kind of get visitors, just so you can feel better about yourself. Another thing is, oh, let me tell you guys, the first poop, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt so bad. But you know, I was aware of this, so what I did was, as soon as I delivered my baby, they gave me what is it, stool softener, and it helped so much. It's weird talking about it because a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's very helpful, because honestly you're gonna get so constipated during labor, especially with like the medication and the fluids and everything, that you just don't really think about going to the restroom. And when it's time to go, girl, you're gonna spend a long time in there trying and trying. Some women actually don't go to the restroom for like 3-4 days after they deliver. I was lucky enough to, I guess you can say I was lucky, because I kind of was aware of that, so I like jumped right into it. But it's so weird talking about it, but yeah. But I asked for stool softener right away, because I knew that, well, people had told me that I was gonna struggle with this, so I'm like, oh no, I gotta help out my system. So yeah, so I totally recommend for you to either take some for yourself or ask your nurse to give you some, because it's gonna help a lot, a lot, a lot. And then right away start drinking a lot of fluids, just so your body can start cleaning out itself, and it's gonna be a little bit more easier once you have to go to the restroom. Another thing, if you are breastfeeding, oh my goodness, girl, take a lot of breast pads and take a lot of bras, because you're gonna be leaking like a cow, literally. Like, you're gonna be leaking for, well, I was leaking for my first 2 weeks. My boobs were huge, and not huge as like, oh, like sexy huge. It was disgusting huge, because they were so veiny, they were so painful, they were just too big to be real. Like, I'm usually, like, my regular size before pregnancy was a double D. I can't even tell you what size I am now, but during the first couple of weeks, oh my god, it was unbelievable. I had like 2 basketball balls on my chest. It was horrible. So I totally recommend for you guys to take a lot of breast pads. And then also there's like heating pads that they actually sell for your breast. You can either buy, well, I have the ones that you can actually warm up in the microwave, and then there's another one that you can actually put in your fridge, just so one can be cool and one can be the heating one, obviously. So the heating helps with your milk flow. So if you put like even a warm cloth or something, if you put it around your boob, and let's say that's gonna prevent it from clogging, so your milk is gonna come out faster, so you are gonna leak more, but that's actually causing, it's gonna give you a lot more relief, because milk is actually coming out and not just staying there. And then the cold one is when your breath is so painful. Well, it's gonna help you relieve pain. So I totally recommend for you guys to either take or buy some, because I actually did, but I did it a couple of days later, because I didn't really think about my breast, and then I realized, like, oh my god, this is a lot of pain, because you're over here cramping and then your boobs are hurting too. So you gotta take care of yourself. I'm serious. Like, both of your private parts are gonna be going through a roller coaster. So, and you are the only one that can help yourself. So totally take time for yourself. And if you have to spend money on taking care of yourself, then you gotta do what you gotta do, just so you can feel more comfort. Because honestly, when you're going through all of that, your mood is gonna be up and down, since you are in so much pain. And I feel like I feel like nobody understands, but honestly, like, a lot of females go through that. So you can obviously talk to somebody that had been through that. Like, I actually talked to my mom and my suegra and stuff like that, and then obviously they would give me advices, so yeah, so prepare yourself for leaking boobs, because you're gonna feel like a complete cow, but it's okay. It's just part of it. If you don't breastfeed and you're still leaking or something, or producing milk, then obviously your milk is gonna dry up if you're obviously not breastfeeding. So since I am breastfeeding and only breastfeeding, that's why I'm just giving you what I went through. Anyways, another thing, you have to get used to not sleeping. Honestly, literally, you're not gonna sleep for the first 3 weeks or something. You're gonna sleep like 4 hours of less. Well, at least I did. My baby was eating every 2 hours, and this baby boy breastfeeds for long periods of time. Like, he breastfeeds for 10-15 minutes, even 20 minutes, and the process of feeding him, burping him, changing him, I would take about 45 minutes throughout the night, just doing that every 2 hours. So you're gonna be freaking exhausted. So honestly, if you have help, take it. I'm serious, like, take it. You need it. And not just because you need sleep, but because you're gonna go through so much, your body is going through so much, that even it's gonna come mental, it's gonna be a mental struggle as well, because of the lack of sleep, everything that's going on with your body. And then now you just had a baby, so that adds more to the list. So honestly, take care of yourself completely. Like, it's you, your baby, your family, and whatever other priorities you have. But if you're not good, you're not gonna take good care of other stuff. So I totally recommend for you to pay attention to how you feel, to your body, and anything else that you need. If you need a break, if you want to go shower, it's okay to leave the baby, you know, sleeping or with somebody for 5-10 minutes, just so you can have time for yourself, because you will need it. Like, I'm telling you, you will need it. And then I honestly struggle with recognizing that I needed help at times, because I thought to myself, like, oh, I have to do it on my own. I have to do it on my own. I have to do it on my own, to the point that I would shut everything down. Like, literally, I still struggle today to even ask my mom for help. Like, my mom is always available, my husband is always available, and I'm over here doing things like in the grumpy way, because I have to do it. Well, that's how I think, you know. And in reality, if my husband and my mom are there, then they can obviously just take care of the baby for 10 minutes while I go to the store, while I take a shower, while I go to the restroom. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You just have to really spend some time for yourself, honestly. Like, postpartum depression, it's real. Like, really, really real. And it's a struggle. And honestly, like, I'm going through it at the moment, and it's so hard. So my best advice is for you guys to take some time for yourself. I'm serious. Like, you will need it. And I think if you can take anything away from this video, take that. Like, spend some time for yourself, talking to someone, doing something that you like, because although you just had a baby, he's over here crying. Anyway, so although you just had a baby, you also gotta care about yourself, like I said, so you can give him or her the best of you. So this is my 6-week belly. As you guys can see, I think it went down a little bit more, and it obviously got lighter. From sideways, it's kind of better. I think it's probably gonna stay like that. I am still 123 pounds, so I'm pretty sure that's all the weight I'm gonna lose. And I'm actually gonna stay in there, because I like the way my body feels, I guess. I don't want to get too skinny, and I don't want to go a little bit more, unless it's muscle, obviously. But like I said, I don't even know if I'll start working out. I had said I would, but I'm gonna start working and doing the stuff at home, being a wife, being a mom. It's really hard to balance everything. So, you know, I think working out will wait a little bit longer. Who knows? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Okay, I'll see you in my next video.